Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. I have an interesting episode for you today because my episode is about contradiction. Contradiction. I want to talk to you about Bharatiya Janata Party's contradiction. What Bharatiya Janata Party says and what the leaders of Bharatiya Janata Party who are part of the government does. At times, they are two different things. Okay. Before I start my topic, let me give you a few disclaimers. Am I saying that Bharatiya Janata Party is the only political party that contradicts itself? Absolutely not. Every second party does it. But the fact is, Bharatiya Janata Party is my government. So, therefore, I am more bothered about my government and the party that runs my government. I am more bothered about their contradiction, not the contradiction of opposition parties. There are lots of television channels that will talk about opposition. So let them do that. Let me talk about my government. Okay. So that's my point number one. Point number two is, let me also add this disclaimer that the contradiction that seems to be happening between Bharatiya Janata Party that makes claims for elections and the government that possibly does for other reasons, they are different. And that's the contradiction that I'm going to talk to you about. Let's get right into the show. On Saturday, our good Prime Minister went and met the Pope. Good decision? Fantastic decision. He met the Pope, he met them well, Pope met him very well. So it was a very cordial meeting, very nice meeting. But what surprises me is, as a citizen of this country, I am confused. Baba, what is it now? Are we friends with Vatican or are we not friends with Vatican? Because somewhere down the line, Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson and their senior leader, look at this, see these statements.
तभी मंत्र पढ़ते पढ़ते रुद्राभिषेक चल रहा था तो जल्दी से पंडित जी बोलते हैं, ओम गोत्राय 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 गोत्र बताओ। राहुल गांधी जी गया, अब गोत्र कहां से आए गोत्र के लिए तो होना है ना, गोत्र तो होना चाहिए तभी तो गोत्र आएगा। तो राहुल गांधी जी ने सिंधिया जी से पूछा, गोत्र व्हाट इज गोत्र? तो सिंधिया जी ने कहा वेटिकन गोत्र। राहुल गांधी जी ने नानी माँ का गोत्र ले लिया और कहा कि नहीं, महिलाओं का सम्मान होना चाहिए। मैं भी कहता हूं महिलाओं का सम्मान होना चाहिए। तो नानी माँ का गोत्र क्यों लिया? माता जी का ही ले लेते।
आपकी को तय करना है।
नहीं, क्यों माता जी का ले लेते? वैसे भी ऋषि बेनेडिक्ट 16 है, उनके ऋषि बेनेडिक्ट 16 है। वेटिकन गोत्र में ऋषि बेनेडिक्ट 16 का गोत्र ले लेते, वहां से क्यों छोड़ दिया?
Everywhere, Samvit Patra says that a Pope, Vatican, Gotra, all Rahul Gandhi. Now, our Prime Minister has gone and met. So now are we friends? So now Pope is no longer Rahul Gandhi material. That is what I should understand. The second question that I want to ask is, a lot of Bharatiya Janata Party leaders, lot of right-wing people have spoken about forced conversion, and a lot of people have linked it to Vatican. A lot of people, I would say. The Prime Minister has never said that. Let me make that very clear. The Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, has never said that. But a lot of his party men have said it. So now what? When he goes to Vatican, shakes hands with Pope, what does he say? That your conversion nahi ho raha? Is that what I need to understand? All that his party workers are saying is all not right. Because if Vatican is converting Hindus into Christians or into forced conversion, then why should we go and meet Vatican Baba? So we should not. So the fact that he met means we should assume that it is wrong. So the point is, again, contradiction. What is being said and what is being done are two different things. I find it difficult to figure out, okay, by end of the day, are we supposed to believe whatever is happening, whatever the Prime Minister has gone and however he hugged and all? Is that true? Is that all right? Is this how it is? Is that how the relationship is? Or is it just for some political achievement or just for some diplomatic ends to be met? Is that why that meeting happened? So one is not clear about it. That's my first point. My second point is, this is the same Prime Minister, this is the same Narendra Modi, before he was the Prime Minister of India, had made this statement. Please hear this statement.
साल का रिपोर्ट कार्ड के कुछ ही घंटों में उन्होंने देश में जिस प्रकार से पेट्रोल के दाम बढ़ा दिए, ये दिल्ली सरकार की शासन चलाने की नाकामयाबी का जीता जागता सबूत है।
He said the fuel price, it is the answer of this has to be given by the Prime Minister. Mr. Manmohan Singh. Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister. Dr. Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister at that point in time. He has to give the answer. And what, you know what? He is absolutely correct. Mr. Narendra Modi was absolutely correct when he said the answer to this fuel hike should be given by the Prime Minister. My problem is, where is Mr. Narendra Modi? Why has Mr. Narendra Modi not given answer to the current fuel price hike? He has not even said a word about it. He asked Dr. Manmohan Singh to say it, but he is not saying it. ये कैसा contradiction है भाई? How come when Manmohan Singh is there, it is different rule, and when he is there, it is different rule? And why is it that the government is not able to control fuel price? He said, it is Mr. Narendra Modi who said that, it is the inefficiency of the government in the center that they cannot control the fuel price. How has things changed now? How has things changed now? Why is it that the Prime Minister is not answering question? Why is it that the Prime Minister is not then agreeing that like Dr. Manmohan Singh, even my government, Baba, is efficient. I cannot restrict, I cannot arrest, I cannot control the price of the fuel. Why is he not saying that? Isn't that contradiction? Point number 2. Point number 3. Point number 3. The Bharatiya Janata Party talks about beef ban. It talks about beef ban. It says Gau Raksha. They've got Gau Rakshaks. I've seen people go to cops. I've seen people go everywhere to complain about illegal transportation of meat, illegal cow slaughter all the time. And fine. If that is what they believe in as Hindus, and if that is the sentiments, I have nothing to say about it. But the fact is, why is it that things are different when it comes to Goa, or when it comes to Kerala, or when it comes to Nagaland, or when it comes to the northeastern states? Why are things different? Why is beef allowed there? Why is beef okay there? And why is beef not okay in Maharashtra or in Uttar Pradesh? Law is law, na? It is like we say, again, the Bharatiya Janata Party says that, uniform civil code. Uniform civil code should be equal to everybody. Law should be equal to everybody. Uniform civil code is about personal law. Law should be equal to everybody. They say that. Fair enough. Fair enough. So the same applies here, no? If there is a beef ban, it should be a national beef ban, right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. Whether that helps you politically, whether that helps you electorally, or whether that doesn't help you electorally, it should be equal to everybody. It should not be based on electoral benefit, is it? So the fact remains that you have, if that's your ideology, then ban beef everywhere in this country and say no beef allowed. किधर जीतेगा किधर हारेगा, किसी को अच्छा लगेगा किसी को नहीं अच्छा लगेगा, but I have got absolute majority. I have got 303 seats in the parliament. I am saying beef ban, end of story, because this is what I believe in and I stand for what I believe in. Wouldn't that be right? That's the question number 3. 4th, our government had actually, I'll read this article. This is an article from India Today. I will read this article for you. The decision was taken by the UN Commission on Narcotic Drugs, UNCND, by a majority voting. India was among the 27 countries that voted for the removal of cannabis and cannabis resin from the list of prohibited substance. This decision flowed from the series of recommendations made by the World Health Organization on marijuana and its derivatives. India believed that cannabis, that is ganja, which is what we are hearing now, it should be removed from the prohibited substance. We were the signatories. We were part of the 27 countries who signed it. And they said, remove cannabis from the prohibited substance. Okay, now come to think of it, that was us in 2020, I presume. And in 2020, 2021, most of the arrests that are happening in Mumbai, most of the film stars and the so-called Bollywood guys are taken and put behind bars based on cannabis. At one end you are saying cannabis should be removed from the restricted narcotics drugs. It should be available openly. And another place, in your own city, in your own country, in your own state, it is people are being put behind bars. So what is it? What is it? Isn't law supposed to be in letter and spirit? When your spirit says that no, it should not be banned, you are putting people behind bars. What does that mean? So are you putting those people behind bars because they have used cannabis, or they store cannabis, or they have cannabis, Or are you putting those people behind bar, especially those people who've got 6 milligrams, who've got 10 milligrams, 5 milligrams, 2 milligrams, half a milligram? Are you putting them behind bars because you want, is there a score that we are trying to settle with them? Or is there a message that you are trying to send to the Bollywood that, Baba, listen, you are going to take action against our people? Why are we doing that? Why is a Wankhede there sitting there and going around arresting Bollywood guys? My question is that, see, the idea is, I am with everything. If it's an ideology and if the government gets or the political party gets the mandate, they get the majority, which Bharatiya Janata Party has, they've got 303 seats in the Lok Sabha, they have the right to implement whatever they feel is right. Because that's why the people of India has given them this mandate. They are the government of the day. So let them implement what they want. Let them implement beef brand. Let them implement whatever they feel like. Now, but the fact remains that, yeah, some people will like it, some people will not. Some people will vote for them, some people will not. But you can't change ideologies according to your vote. You can't change thought process according to your vote. You can't change policies because you want to take somebody down. So that's the point I'm trying to make. Government's policies, government's decisions, government's action should not be contradictory to the political party that this government is made of. The political party here is BJP. The government is a BJP government. So it should not be too different. Political party should not sing another tune and the government singing another tune. Doesn't work. It is not right. So that's the point I wanted to make today. Till I see you next time. Namaskar.